So if you would like to take an herb or an herbal formula for healing, how do you know what is the correct dosage for you? This is a very frequent, common question that I get from my students at Arukahcom. My students who are studying to be able to heal themselves and their family and their loved ones and their community. And so some principles to follow to find the answer to this question. So first of all, if you are using the herb in its whole form, in its natural form, not in a form that's highly concentrated or extracted in such a way that you cannot do it easily at home. So if you're using it in its natural form, for example, if you're using it in a tea form that you made yourself, or in a tincture that you made yourself, something like that, a very natural form of using the herb, or poultice, or even in food. Okay, so if you're using it in its natural form, your body has natural mechanisms that will tell you when enough is enough, and that is a very good sign. That is a very good way, especially because when it's in its whole form, your body knows how to react and knows how to give you the proper signal to tell you that it's too much. Now, this is not the case with pharmaceutical drugs or even with highly concentrated forms of natural herbs. This only applies to when you're using the herbs in their whole natural form. So one of my teachers when I was studying herbalism, Dr. Richard Schultz, he's a master herbalist, not a medical doctor. He talked about the story about when he discovered a patch of lobelia growing next to a tree. I don't know, I don't remember where exactly it was, but it was a tree in a field. And he recognized that this was lobelia growing near the tree. And so he decided to conduct an experiment on himself. And that's another part of the beauty of herbalism is that it's relatively safe to experiment on yourself, much safer than experimenting with pharmaceutical drugs. Okay. So what he did was he started just eating the lobelia, just eating it as is. I mean, just pulling it from the ground, and he just started eating it as much as he could. And then I don't remember how long it took, but shortly after, he realized that his whole entire body started detoxifying because he had reached the limit. His body gave him the natural signal and said, okay, I've had too much. And so he started sweating and he had to use the restroom, both number 1 and number 2. So he had to run to the restroom and he just had to release himself. And he knew that he had hit the limit. And also when you're drinking lobelia tea and you drink too much, you will vomit it up. And that's just a sign that you've taken too much. It's not necessarily dangerous or harmful. That is your body's natural way of telling you. And this is also true of vitamin C. One of the people I studied with when I studied orthomolecular nutrition or orthomolecular medicine, Andrew Saul, he taught that to find the optimal vitamin C level, you can take 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C every 6 minutes. I don't personally do this, but he taught that this is something that you can do. You can take it every 6 minutes until you reach bowel tolerance. And basically what that means is until you have diarrhea. And when you have diarrhea, you are saturated and your body cannot absorb anymore. So it's releasing the extra vitamin C through diarrhea. And then he taught that when you reach that point, you just you can back down. You can stop if you feel fine. Okay, now I wouldn't say that with all vitamins, that only applies to vitamin C. But when it comes to herbs, that does apply to most herbs. Okay, so let your body give you the signal. Obviously if you're vomiting or having diarrhea or something like that, you need to ease up on it. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but that's how herbalists will do it if they don't know, if they're experimenting. Okay. Another principle to follow is to start small and to work your way up. So for example, I take a a number one pill. Richard Schultz, he called it the number one pill, and it's basically an herbal laxative. And you can make it at home by yourself and put it in capsules, gel capsules. You just get, I forgot all the ingredients. It's like cascara sagrada and senna leaf, and there's different things that you can put in for an herbal laxative formula. It's got a little bit of cayenne. And herbalist Richard Schultz, he taught that to find the right dosage for you, you basically take it after dinner. You take one pill, and if in the morning you don't have a massive bowel movement, then the next evening after dinner you take 2 pills. You double the dose, okay? And then again, if the next morning you don't have a massive bowel movement, then you double it again. So next time you take 4 pills, and then you just keep doubling it every night after dinner until you have a massive bowel movement. And then when you achieved what your goal is, just to let it all out, then you've reached your goal. And then you can either keep that dose if you still need to, or you can back it down. Okay. So another example is when I was taking my herbal calcium tea, and I did a video on that one previously. You could look for that. So when I was taking my herbal calcium tea, I was only taking it for maintenance purposes. Because I wanted to take it in an organic, very natural form instead of a pill form. I was taking calcium pills. And so I decided to take the herbal calcium tea formula instead, which doesn't necessarily have a lot of calcium, but it's even better because it helps you to process the calcium that's already within your body so that your body can assimilate it instead of it being stuck in deposits in various parts of your body, which can actually cause problems. So for me, I started taking just a tablespoon of herbs in some, as a hot tea every single day. And I realized that I was experiencing all this healing. After 1 month, I realized, my persistent bleeding gums stopped, and I had some lower back pain that went away. And I was just amazed. I wasn't taking it for that purpose. I was just taking it, to have a good source of calcium, but it started healing me in so many ways. And then, so I just kept taking it because I felt good while I was taking it. And then when I got pregnant, I started getting more aches and pains, and I started getting my bleeding gums again. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I need to increase the dose. So I increased the dose until I started feeling better again. And now what I've found is that whenever I'm pregnant or breastfeeding for the first year, because, the first year of life, my baby is solely breastfeeding, mostly for the first year. So whenever I'm pregnant or breastfeeding, my body needs up to 2 full cups. No, excuse me. Yeah, 2 cups of herbs every 1 to 2 days. Okay. So I would make 2 cups of herbs in a big French press, and I would finish the French press, the tea in the French press, in a span of 2 days, and then I felt good. And when I am not pregnant, let's say like right now, I'm breastfeeding, but my daughter is 2 years old now. And so what I found is that I can reduce my dose of the herbal calcium tea to just 1 cup of herbs per day, and I feel good. Okay. And so for my children, when they're starting to experience toothaches, I will give them the herbal calcium tea. And how do I know when I've given them enough? Well, when they don't complain of toothaches anymore, then I know that it's enough. Then I'll keep giving it to them, but it's more of a maintenance thing. It's not this, I don't need to increase the dosage for healing. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, well, I hope that's helpful. And I mean, of course, there's, if you have a bag of tea, you can just start with that, and you can just, double it, triple it, whatever. But because herbs are food, they're plants, they are things that God has created to naturally be consumed by us. Well, we can treat it like food. Like, do we need to know how much bananas we should eat? No, we can just eat bananas until we feel like we've had enough bananas, right? We could just eat enough salad until we feel like we've had enough salad. And we're not going to get to a dangerous, amount of salad or bananas. There is a dangerous amount of salad or bananas. But if you get to that point, you're really not paying attention. You're really not listening to your body. Okay, so listen to your body. Trust God's creation. Trust God and trust his creation. Shalom. Would you like to become the healer of your home and your community and create a profitable online health coaching business? Are you interested in becoming a health coach, a naturopath, an herbalist, or a nutritionist? Do you need help finding the right program for studying holistic health and healing? Or perhaps you already have certification, but you're still not confident enough in healing people and don't know how to build a business that will empower you to have an impact and allow you to leave your regular day job. Are you ready to get a deep and comprehensive picture of holistic health and healing and learn from top healers in our day so that you can stop being stuck in a job or a career you don't have a passion for? Heal yourself and others without the need for pharmaceutical drugs with harmful side effects, doctors, or even dentists. Become more knowledgeable about holistic health and healing than most medical doctors who have graduated from medical school without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of time in expensive medical schools or programs. Build a health coaching business that will allow you to work from home and achieve time, location, and financial freedom. Arukahcom empowers people to become the healers of their home and their community by equipping them with naturopathic herbalism, health coaching, and online business and marketing skills. My name is Maim. I'm 42 years old and a homeschool mom of 7 beautiful children. These 2 in the photo are my October babies. I became a naturopathic herbalist and health coach in order to take charge of my family's health when the modern medical system kept failing us. We were spending thousands of dollars on insurance and other medical expenses, but they did not have any answers for our health problems. Working from home has been such a blessing for us. I used to work at the NASA Ames Research Center as a computer scientist/engineer. But being able to have an online business has enabled me to surpass my income at NASA and to be there for my family, homeschool them, take care of them, watch them grow up every step of the way for 18 years now. I started Arukahcom in 2009 to help people become healthy and heal themselves. I've coached all sorts of people, and eventually even medical doctors and nurses started coming to me repeatedly for help for various health issues for themselves or their loved ones. I help people heal themselves of serious diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and high blood pressure, diabetes, as well as other common issues such as hormone imbalances, abnormal bleeding, migraines, eczema, kidney stones, gallstones, cataracts, and even urinary tract infection. Various people began asking me to start teaching what I know about holistic health and healing, including 2 medical doctors who have become very good friends of mine. When I realized that there was such a demand for the knowledge I have that even medical doctors were telling me to teach, I shifted the focus of Arukahcom, and now we teach people how to become confident healers through our naturopathic herbalist and health coach certification program. We help people become healers of their home and community and create profitable online health coaching businesses. If you're interested in becoming a holistic healer, please visit our website, Arukahcom, ARUKAH.com. Again, that's ARUKAH.com. Hope to see you there.